Like the thing that's the scariest, that's the thing that you do. Today I kind of want to do a little bit more of an open-ended talk with less structure, I guess. And for me, I feel like the thing that's the scariest is sharing these videos with the world. Just because I am so vulnerable and I do talk about really personal things at times. But the reason why I choose to do that is because I feel like it's important. I feel like as a Black woman specifically, I don't really see a lot of other Black people talking about mental health in the sense of the struggles that they're going through. Honestly, a lot of the conversation around mental health in general is very ableist at times and also appropriating at times. Like when people are like, oh, I'm so OCD, when really they mean that they like keep their pins in a certain order or something like that. So yeah, I wanted to make these videos because I do have a history with working on my mental health, and the more that I talk to the people around me, I realize how much of what I was struggling with and thought that was specific to me, a lot of other people are struggling with too. And if my videos can resonate with one person or help one person through their day or any of that, then I just think that that's enough for me. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I want to share it, even though sharing it is terrifying to me, because then I'm at the mercy of the internet and like, but yeah, I still think that what I'm doing is important in its own way, and I want to impact others with it. Today I got invited to a brunch kind of last minute, but it was only last minute because I literally met the woman who was holding the brunch yesterday, and I decided to go against my social awkwardness and anxiety. And it ended up being really impactful in such a great way, and I'm really glad that I was there. She gave a speech at the beginning where she talked about all the women that were there and like the reasons why they were so impactful to her year, including me, which felt crazy, but also she was very impactful on me too for the conversation that we had. So I understood in a way. But all of the women there were just authentically living in their truth, and it was so powerful to see. Like, even just in the clothes that they were wearing and the fashion that they had, it was just like, I know I'm rocking this and you can't tell me otherwise. Like, it was amazing to be there, basically. And one of the women there is actually a senior in high school, and she was talking about how she wants to go to a particular HBCU, but she's kind of nervous because she doesn't really know what she wants to do yet. And just hearing all of the women around her from varying ages being like, you just don't, like, you just have to do it. And one of the things that the one lady said that was, I think, really inspiring to me was she was like, the thing that's the scariest, that's the thing that you do. One of the things that happened at the brunch was she gave everyone a personalized thank you card and a red lipstick. And she talked about how red lipstick was a sign of power and strength and being so sure of yourself and walking in your truth. And I personally have never worn red lipstick because I always felt like that's too bold, that's too bright, that doesn't match my skin tone, etc., etc. Like, there aren't different shades of red. But receiving that lipstick that I don't think I'll ever use, but not because I'm afraid of it, but because of what it symbolizes. It symbolizes me coming into my own and me figuring out what my truth is and then living it. I think that's something that's really big, is that people always talk about living and walking in your truth, but like, when you're struggling with your mental health, your head plays tricks on you on what your truth is. And that can be really difficult to then walk in your truth when your brain is like, your truth is that you're afraid of everyone. And you're like, I thought I liked people. And your brain's like, no, you hate people. That's what your truth is. You're like an antisocial person. And so then you walk in that, but it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel real because it's not your truth. It's your mental health's truth. Your mental illness is just something that you have. It's not something that you are. And that's something that I really struggled with for a long time, especially when I first got my diagnosis and was first kind of working with a counselor, really trying to like get through some of the mess in my head and in my life, was that whenever people would call me out for stuff, I'd be like, oh, well, I'm this, or, well, you know, I have that, or whatever it was, as opposed to acknowledging that that was me letting my mental illness take control of my life. That was me allowing my that was me allowing my mental illness to be more important than me, to be more important than my friends, to be more important than family, because I was catering to it all the time. I wasn't really taking care of myself or taking care of those around me because I was so busy taking care of the monster in the corner. But yeah, like I said, I just want to make these videos because I feel like I'm starting to figure out what my truth is, and I really want to document that journey, and B, I feel like my journey could be impactful on someone else who maybe hasn't even started their journey yet, or maybe someone who's completely done with their journey but just, you know, reminiscing, wants to remember the process and remember the struggles and all of those things. So yeah, I am still going to do a quote of the day. And it's, let us consider the way in which we live our lives. Henry David Thoreau. So yeah, this was kind of a shorter, more of a rant video, but I felt like it needed to be said. Thanks.